Hello and welcome to the Williams Athletics Winter Athletics Time Travel Trivia Tournament. I am your host, Chris Dufour. Today we start the quarterfinals with, as Coach Scott Honecker has already said, a matchup that could be a championship match, but it's come early. Wrestling's own Scott Honecker against men's basketball head coach Kevin App. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
Now, of course, you both had first round victories. Seems like a long time ago, probably November, early December. I'm sure you've been studying for 2 months for this huge matchup. Before we get started, how's life going in the winter? How are you guys doing? You holding on?
I'm doing well. We got an interesting matchup of quality versus quantity today. Kevin, an Ivy League graduate. Yeah. And I did not attend an Ivy League school, but I was an undergrad for 10 years. So we're gonna see which one comes out on top here.
I could have sworn you were going to tell me you stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. I thought that's where you were going. Yeah.
That's why we call him Doctor.
Yep. Well, I mean, Kevin, obviously, with his background, his educational background, has a heavy burden on his shoulders. So we'll see if he can carry that past the 10 years of undergraduate experience that you have. Like you said, it's a mix. It's a mix of complete opposite experiences. So I have a number in my head, as we always do to start the show, 1 to 7, and in my mind, in the pregame flip, Scott, you won, so you get to choose the number first. Then Kevin, you can choose the number.
4.
6.
Did you say 6?
Yeah.
It was 3. So Scott Honecker, you get on the board in a way, in a sense. You get to choose whether you want to go offense and have Kevin answer first, or if you want Kevin to ask you first.
I'm going to throw Coach App right in the fire. I would like science questions from the 70s, please.
Science from the 70s. All right. Well, before we get that, let's just remind the viewers at home of the categories: music, dance, and theater, news and events, science and technology, sports and leisure, TV and movies, and the wild card. And today we're answering questions from the 50s and 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and the last decade. All right, Scott, remind me once again, it was science and technology, you say?
From the 70s, please.
From the 70s. All right. Science and tech from the 70s. Here we go. Here's your question, Kevin. And it's a doozy. What was the name of the Mars Planetary probe launched by NASA in 1975? I know it's on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, space exploration, it's one of the interests I haven't really taken a deep dive into.
That's coming up in your retirement years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's on the schedule, just not yet.
Could you, if I've learned one thing watching the spelling bee, though, can I ask, can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. What was the name of the Mars Planetary probe launched by NASA in 1975? They gave them all those real fancy names.
Yeah. Going up Apollo 6.
Yeah. Now that wasn't right, but that, at least you threw it out there. I like it. Scott Honecker for the steal.
Well, see, Kevin, if he had studied his space exploration history, he would know that Apollo were manned missions to the moon.
That's right.
And what you're looking for is Voyager, if I'm not mistaken.
You were very close, but no, incorrect. The answer was actually Viking 1. Viking 1. Voyager was, in the V's, so you were close. That's science and technology.
Coach Honecker, let that be a lesson. Don't believe everything you read on Wikipedia.
Well, you got a working computer there that I can't see off screen.
Yeah, he's got a double screen.
That was happening.
I know him.
All right.
A lot of Zooms with this guy. He's a double screen guy.
You know his game, right? All right. So now we have Kevin for Scott. Scoreless in the first round here.
Let's try to help his confidence a little bit. We'll go TV and movies of the 80s.
TVs and movies of the 80s. Well, it seems like right up his alley, Kevin.
You're
I
a
can't
good
believe
sportsman,
I'm a
Kevin.
nice guy.
All right. TV and movies from the 80s it is. Scott Honecker. June 1st, 1980. What popular news network debuted?
That'd be CNN.
That's correct. Scott Honecker on the board. 1980s TV and movies. And after one round, Scott Honecker takes the lead. Kevin, the pressure's already on Kevin App. You can tell. All right, Scott.
One good deed deserves another. We'll go wild card of the 90s for Coach App.
Wild card of the 90s. All right. This is as close as we're going to get to the 90s, Kevin. So here we go. Which former action movie star was elected governor of California in 2003? Which former action movie star was elected governor of California in 2003?
I was going to try to do an impersonation, but that's not up my
Oh,
alley.
come on.
But Schwarzenegger.
Yes, Schwarzenegger is the answer.
I was trying to, but
We're going to throw out the I'll be back.
Yeah.
You got one, Scott?
I'll let you do it.
There's no chance I'm going to do it.
There's no chance of that? All right. Fair
I'm
enough.
not going to do King Arnold for you guys right now. No way.
King Arnold. All right. And so we're tied. It's already started. The gauntlets have been thrown down, and now Kevin has a question for Scott.
Yeah, so Coach is a big dancer. So
Coach Honecker is a big dancer.
Yeah, we're going to go music and dance of the 70s.
Music and dance of the 70s. Okay. We are prepared and ready for that. Music. This will be in the category of music, but music, dance, and theater covers that. Here we go. 1970, Scott. John Denver question. Are you familiar with John Denver?
I am.
All right, here we go. John Denver's hit song, Take Me Home Country Roads, is about which United States state?
Colorado?
Incorrect, but he had one about Colorado later in his
Denver's in Colorado, so that was
library. Yes. Kevin, you could take the lead with a steal here. I'll answer the question again just to be dramatic about it.
You don't even have to. West Virginia.
Yes, West Virginia is correct. West Virginia.
The reason I know that is because Coach Maker, that was Coach Maker's song.
Was that his song?
He loved that. He would always sing it after working at West Virginia.
I knew he worked for Beeline at West Virginia. I did not know that was his song, though.
Yeah.
So that's after 2 rounds. It's 2-1 Kevin App. He's already come back. Pressure on Scott Honecker. And now we have what? Scott.
No more biscuits for Coach App.
You gave him one already. So.
News of the 50s and 60s.
News from the 50s and 60s. Woo, Diggy. All right. I hope you're ready for this, Kevin. I hope you graduated high school history. Here we go. What was the name of the Supreme Court case that made school segregation illegal? What was the name of the Supreme Court case that made school segregation illegal?
Oh, see, this is one of those tough situations where do you put the blame on somebody else and call in somebody and make them?
If you call anybody in on this, they're probably not going to be happy with you.
Oh my God. Was it Brown versus the Board of Education?
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Look at you.
Thanks.
Very impressive right there, Kevin. I thought you didn't have it.
Channeling Mr. Burns, AP US History, Good Counsel High School.
Shout out to Mr. Burns. Yes. Well done, sir. So it's 3-1. Kevin expands his lead with Brown versus Board of Education. And now you can really put the pressure on Scott, Kevin.
Let's go science of the 90s.
Science of the 90s. Okay. Here we go.
Don't look too nervous.
All right, Scott Honecker. I have a feeling you're going to get this one. Just a feeling. I'm not setting you up or anything. Scott Honecker, what computer search engine first debuted in 1998?
Google.
That's correct. I didn't know if you were going to Google it to find out or not, but you got it. You're on the board. So that makes it 3-2 at the end of round 3.
How many
Still
rounds? How many rounds total?
7,
Okay.
if we need them. It's like match golf. If we don't need the 7th round, we don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
But so that was science and tech from the 90s. All right. Starting off round 4, 3-2 Kevin App lead for a spot in the semifinals on the board here.
We're going to go with TV of the 70s.
TV of the 70s. All right. TV of the 70s. TV and movies of the 70s. Because this will be a question about the movies. Are you ready, Kevin App? All right. What actor portrayed the role of journalist Bob Woodward in the movie All the President's Men? Looking for the actor who portrayed Bob Woodward in All the President's Men. You're smirking like you know it. I feel like you know it.
I have no idea.
No, you've never seen All the President's Men?
I know who Bob Woodward is, but I haven't seen the movie or go Jack Nicholson.
Oh, that's a great guess. Incorrect.
I pride myself on wrong guesses.
Yeah, that was close. Nicholson had a very famous movie the same exact year this came out. So Scott Honecker for the steal and to tie things up.
Robert Redford.
That is correct. Robert Redford. I had a feeling you knew, Scott, because you just looked so calm and collected over there. So we're tied at 3, going to the bottom of the 4th, as I like to call it. Kevin, you're going to pick a doozy for Scott here.
We're going to go wild card of the 50s and 60s.
Woo, diggity doo. All right. Gonna go back to Mr. Burns' class. I know you didn't have him, Scott, but he's out there rooting for Kevin, so we'll call out his name again. 1960s wild card. Who did John F. Kennedy defeat in the 1960 U.S. presidential election? For the lead.
Richard Nixon.
That's correct. Scott Honecker. One thing we've proven today, boys, we're history buffs. You guys are rolling. All right. So Scott gets that point. He got 2 that round, and after 4 rounds, it's 4-3. This game has turned around again. It's like a tremendous game. It's back and forth. Start of the 5th round. Here we go. Scott for Kevin. Scott is leading 4-3.
We're going to go that first entertainment category of
Music, dance, and theater.
Dance and theater of the 2010s.
Of the 2010s. Kevin, did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you got a shot at answering this question about music, dance, and theater. Here we go. What part of the body couldn't The Weeknd feel when he's with you? What part of the body couldn't The Weeknd feel when he's with you?
His face.
Down 4-3. This
his
is
face,
crucial.
Chris. I was ready to phone a friend, and that was I got that one in the face.
Yes, it is the face.
Yeah. Come on.
Nice. Did you watch the halftime show? Is that how you knew that?
It's a pretty popular song too.
You know, it is. I remember it. I just didn't know how hip you were. Now I know.
But
And
is that
so
why
is
everybody
all-
had? Is that why people had their faces covered in?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's what I assumed anyway, or else it seems pretty silly.
Or is it creative mask?
Creative match. All right. So Kevin, you can now choose. We're tied at 4. Kevin for Scott.
We'll go sports of the 2000s.
Sports of the 2000s. All right. I love it. All over the place. Every decade being tested here, folks. All right, Scott. You ready for this? Bottom of the 5th here, 4-4 tie. What was the video gaming console that Nintendo launched in 2006, which allowed players to get physically involved in virtual games?
The Wii.
That is right. The Wii. Unstoppable. We can't get, you guys have been every question correct.
You Wii tennis
done.
legend, Coach Honecker.
Have you played Wii? Have you played the Wii, Scott?
No, I never caught on to the video game craze after Sega Genesis, but I'm familiar with the Wii.
After Sega Genesis. So you did catch on at some point.
Yeah, I was a Nintendo and I was a Sonic the Hedgehog guy.
Yeah. I think after Nintendo, I was out. So all this Sony PlayStation and all that. It was all right. So
Sonic guy.
is that you? You're a Sonic guy? Is that what you said?
Scott is.
Scott is. All right.
Doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so we're headed to the 6th round. Scott's up 5-4. And now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
News of the 80s?
News of the 80s.
Pick that?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, that's open. All right, Kevin App. Going back to Mr. Burns' class. What U.S. volcano erupted in 1980? What U.S. volcano erupted in 1980?
So I'm going to phone a friend.
Here we go. We got this
History-
humor friend. Part of my
History, English buff. Year ago, we were getting ready for his senior weekend. So he's one of my go-to for facts and knowledge on stuff that I can't think of. And he's always willing to give you his answer.
well. I mean, that's what we need. We need a presence right now,
So
and you need a correct answer. So
he should be signing on.
okay, Matt Karpowitz. Welcome to. Here it comes. Of course it is.
Class of 2020.
2020, Matt Karpowitz. Welcome to the program. Man, it's good to see you, buddy.
How's it going, guys?
Don't let me down, Matt.
I just wanted on the record before we start, I'm not here for Coach App. I'm here against Coach Honecker.
Okay. Well, that's important to note,
Yeah.
you know, because he's developed quite a following. So
If anyone else asked me, I would have said yes, as long as it was against Coach Honecker. So.
Very good. Well, now that we have that on the record, let me just set up the situation for you. We're in the 6th round out of 7 rounds, and Scott Honecker has a 5-4 lead over your beloved head coach, Kevin App.
Okay.
So you can tie this thing up for him with the correct answer to this question. It comes from news and events of the 1980s.
That's my wheelhouse.
All right. We drove right into your wheelhouse then. Here we go. You ready?
It was yesterday.
What U.S. volcano erupted in 1980?
This is the one you brought me on?
This
I
is
didn't
it.
know, man. I knew the rest of them.
This is like the same as if you asked me name one U.S. volcano.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's not many U.S. volcanoes that have erupted, period. So,
Oh, man. Gotta be one in like Hawaii.
It was in the Northwest. It wasn't
The
in Hawaii. It was in the
Northwest.
Northwest, I think.
I think. But you can't think of the volcano? But you.
All I keep thinking about is Pierce Brosnan in that movie.
All right, he's on the clock. Let's go.
A Pierce
Mount-
Brosnan reference. Was that Scott pressuring me to give a clock? All right. We'll give a countdown, Matt. We'll go from 5. 5, 4, 3.
I got nothing.
Oh,
man, you're
nothing.
supposed to be a
Not
history
even a
English
throw.
guy.
Okay, well, we'll go to Scott for the steal.
Mount St. Helens.
That is correct. Mount St. Helens. Scott Honecker.
It's named after a saint too. You went to St. Sebastian's.
Are you gonna give me
Come on, man.
Were you saving these hints for after I gave up, or did you?
Yeah, you can give out hints, Kevin. I can't.
Hey, you didn't say kangaroo like Aronowitz. You're good in my book.
Right. Kangaroo. And Aronowitz thought he had it for sure, if I remember correctly. Kangaroo.
Sorry, Matt. I just wanted to see you. Need to get you on. Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, we
too.
definitely miss having you on the basketball show. So it's good for you to make an appearance.
The history and the pop questions were too easy. I got those right. So.
Well, like I said, I'm glad you turned to me for 1980s news and event. When were you?
Should have asked
Kempton. Isn't that your wheelhouse?
I was 4.
All right.
Should have asked
Matt,
Kempton.
you're welcome to stay on if you want. If you don't, you can drop off if you need to. We have a 6-4 score.
Now I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on a high.
All right, buddy. Well, it's
All
good
right,
to see
you
you.
guys. Take care.
Yeah, you too. So that's it. It's 6-4. Headed into what, the 6? We're still in the 6, right? We're going to the bottom of the 6 now.
Yeah. Ooh, that was
No, we're going to the
deflating.
top of the 7th. So Kevin, you need to get Scott.
No, we're at the bottom of the 6, right?
Okay.
So he has to ask me.
All right. Right. Okay. Good.
I stole my question to him.
Gotcha. 6-4, Scott, and we're in the bottom of 6. So Kevin, you've got 3 chances to overcome a 2-question deficit or answer deficit.
Let's go wild card of the 80s.
Wild card of the 80s. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh boy. All right. Well, this is the only question I have for wild card of the 80s. Scott Honecker for the win. In 1988, what company launched the popular marketing slogan, "Just Do It"?
That would be Nike.
That's correct. I believe that gives you the victory, sir.
That was easier than the weekend question. That's not satisfying going out on Nike.
No, you want a tougher one?
No. I'll take the win.
You take the win. I thought you might.
Kevin's been talking crap to me for 2 weeks.
What? Well, if Karpowitz, he needed Karpowitz, I think.
Mount St. Helens.
Mount St. Helens. That ended the dream, I think. Although it could have come up with a tougher question. You picked the right category.
That was 8th grade Earth Science at Birchland Park Middle School in East Longmeadow, Massachusetts.
East Longmeadow. Education right there, baby. Come shining through. All right, Scott. Well,
it is in the
fantastic.
Northwest, right?
It was, yeah, Northwest. It was in
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Washington State. Yeah, I think it was.
I saved him from Hawaii, at least.
No, you did. Well, that was very good. Yeah, I think he was going to try to say something in Hawaiian, but yeah, you definitely directed him to the right area.
Congrats, Coach Honecker.
As I've said before, I think we had some Soviet interference in the seeding of this competition. And I think Kevin will do really well in the wrestlebacks.
Yes,
that was
yeah. The wrestlebacks. Kevin is now headed to the wrestlebacks. He can work his way back. No. But we certainly appreciate you guys coming on and showing your knowledge. Scott, congratulations. We'll see you in the semifinals of this fantastic tournament. Hopefully by the end of the month, we'll get there. And you'll be facing, I believe, the winner of the men's ice hockey, women's ice hockey battle. So get prepared for that.
Is that even a battle?
I don't know. We'll see.
Battle.
Who knows? This is so unpredictable. You never know. All right, Kevin, I appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Scott.
Good luck, Scott. We'll be following. I'm gonna start quizzing you daily with some random questions.
Yeah,
You're now going to start. You're like Apollo Creed. Now that you've lost, you're going to turn around and start prepping your benefactor.
Absolutely. If you're going to lose the one, it better be the champion.
All right. I hear you.
The best part of this is we can now train together.
Yeah.
All right, for those watching at home, I want to thank you for watching. You've been watching the Williams College Winter Athletics Time Travel Trivia Tournament, where Scott Honecker, men's wrestling coach, has defeated Kevin App, men's basketball coach, 7-4 in the quarterfinals. We will see you next time. Thank you for watching.